So I asked my parents, give me 1 year. If it works out, fair enough. If it doesn't work out, we'll see. Fashion is something I always loved, like I mentioned. So being in this section was never a question for me.
And how do you think the future generations of content creators should do differently?
Talk about long-form content. I'm actually having a conversation with whoever. Like if 10 people are watching, then at least I'm having a conversation with 10 people straight.
So what has been the difference, if you noticed any, between how a big brand that you work with is dealing with you compared to a very, like, like a proper startup?
Rolling the camera.
Masi.
I got a DM, saw you at Irla today, couldn't recognize you.
How does it feel to be a part of the first team? The first catalyst cake podcast.
When you're like 45, 50, older, do you think you would still be creating content?
Man,
Bro, of course.
Pan khange, puri sundae.
Don't you dare.
After the ready fafda, to khate.
Anand ka vada pav was always good.
In a pool of so many influencers, let's say it's a red ocean. How do you stand out?
What is going to come on your and my Instagram, very realistically speaking, is ganda Indian male Hindi content.
Like during the first call, I thought it's a scam. So I never got it. Why will you call me to begin with?
So Aayushi, last you called me at 8:20 and it's approximately 10 o'clock right now. What took you so long?
I know where you're getting at, but Nihan, we live 13 kilometers apart and you do not expect me to come at 9 p.m. during peak Bombay traffic hours.
And secondly, the first thing is, oh shit, I said secondly and first thing, my bad. But an influencer's time is really important, so you can't trust them to be on time all
No,
the
I
time.
am always almost on time, but Bombay traffic is not in my
But
hand.
that's also fair. I'm assuming the highway was really bad right now.
No, I gave
time-
up the link road
The
because they
link
suggested
road.
the link road.
Apparently it took her like 20 minutes at the DR Nagar.
Why are we discussing about it so much?
The time given to her was 9 p.m. and we got a call. You were with me. We got a call at 8:20, and there is no way you're reaching from Juhu to Kandivali in 40 minutes.
Listen, screw that. It was 8:21. What we have heard on call is, मैं 8:20 तक निकल जाऊंगी. That is the first thing that has
I
happened.
left maximum 5 minutes after that call.
Fair.
Okay, so just like, can you tell us about your journey? Like, what made you think of becoming a digital content creator?
So to be very honest, my love for fashion was there since I was in school, and fortunately or unfortunately, post college I got placed into being a recruiter. I did that for approximately 2 years, and I still, like, my post graduation and everything was pending. So I thought, might as well just get a little vocex and go ahead for an MBA. But I somewhere still wanted to do fashion styling, but COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go anywhere. And in the meantime, I don't know, this industry was also booming a lot at the same time, and something like this just intrigued interest into me that maybe what if I try it. So I asked my parents, give me 1 year. If it works out, fair enough. If it doesn't work out, we'll see. But I somewhere knew deep down that this is what I wanted to do, and here we are 3 years later.
Great.
Yeah.
Like the achievements and the reels, the videos that you make are outstanding, and kudos to you for that. And so, what are like some of the challenges you face in this industry as a whole, and how do you overcome them?
So challenges, any specific sector that you want to know challenges in, like
No, like
consumer-wise or brands? Or
Yeah, brands, like brand-wise, like what are the challenges? Like, how do you approach them? Is there a challenge for approaching them, or like do you have a challenge like some months might not, like you might not get a lot of traction and from different brands. So how do you deal with that?
So I will speak about my journey when I just started out. very grateful to have a very good team now that like I do not have to look into a lot of brand, like reaching out of brands. So very grateful for that. My managers and my PR, like my PR team looks after that entirely. But just when I started out for the first 1-2 years, it was very difficult to be able to reach the right brands and be able to crack the right kind of deals because of the sheer amount of social media digital creators on the platform, that you have to be able to prove your point and be able to be worth it for them, for you to be on their list. And so if you're starting out, it will be a little difficult, but it's very important to understand that it takes time, but you always get there.
But like you're growing at such a rapid rate, and you've done something which not many people have done. You've created a category on its own. Like you've created a niche. So what got you into the part where you're like, you know what, I'm going to create my own category? Because there are very strong subsections that already exist. So what made you go into a direction where I'm going to take my own stance, I'm going to stand here, and now you're inspiring so many others to do the same thing?
So to answer your question correctly, it like me getting into, so fashion is something I always loved, like I mentioned. So being in this section was never a question for me. But talking about the subcategory, that is mid-size fashion category, is purely because of it's coming from personal experience. Because as you see on social media these days, it's all about your personal experience that you share and how relatable you are to the audience and to everyone who's consuming the content there. So it's just my story that I started to tell on social media, and that became a niche. So like I used to always check when I was not a digital creator, surprisingly, I used to always check that where do I find the right kind of inspiration for my body type or for like just this particular category in general. And it was very rare to find this category. But now in today's day and age, inclusivity and body positivity is a very big thing on social media. So yeah, that's how it started. Like I started to tell my own story.
So you said today's age. When you say relatability to the audience and today's age, do you think that it's going to keep on changing in the future, or do you think it's going to remain stagnant?
The relatable part?
Relatability to the audience. And how are you as a content creator tackling that change? And how do you think the future generations of content creators should do differently?
So to be very honest, I really think in the future, long form content is going to do better in terms of being connected to the creator. Because today when I see a 20-second reel, I could like the reel, I could feel connected, like I could draw inspiration from it, but I do not know anything about that creator. I do not know them personally. When you talk about long form content, I'm actually having a conversation with whoever, like if 10 people are watching, then at least I'm having a conversation with 10 people straight, right? So for future generations, while short form content is here to stay, long form content is the future. Is what I think. I mean, it could change, but yeah.
When you say long form content, do you just mean podcasts, YouTube videos, or
So it could be anything. Like today I make a 20-second haul on Instagram, but tomorrow if I'm talking about a 15-minute, like talking about the same haul, same clothes, same experience, but I'm talking to them on YouTube. So maybe they will have more feedback from me, they will get to know me better, what I like, what I don't like, and just be more related to me. But at the same time, if you are also asking, how do you be relatable to your audience in today's day and age, irrespective of the future? In today's day and age, it's all about, if you are talking about you, if you are being honest, and if your content is touching any kind of nerve or any kind of emotion in anybody. Like for example, today if I'm putting any kind of video on social media, and if it's bringing a smile to your face, or any kind of emotion is being evoked, then it simply means that you've connected with them. That's it.
That's true. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you feel connected to that person or the consumer, whoever's watching the video, right?
So, it honestly again depends from creators to creators. But as far as I know, now almost all creators have started being very honest about what they like, what they don't like, because that in general is more appreciated. Because today I'm also a consumer, at the same time I'm a creator. So as a consumer, I like to watch something that's more honest.
So we were just discussing the difference between short and long form content. So have you had an opportunity in discovering that aspect like in detail? Have you?
Which aspect?
Long form content, because I'm assuming mainly you must be doing
Short.
reels which work on Instagram more.
So honestly, as a person, I love creating short form content. But long form content is something we are trying our hands on. It's very, very niche. But hoping that I like right now, short form content comes to me very organically.
Yeah.
But long form content really doesn't. So that is something we really need to like try and
When you're saying organically, content comes to everyone organically only. But how do you stand out from the rest of them?
as it.
But everyone makes their content. Okay? Everyone
हाँ.
has their own content.
Own
Ah,
ideas.
okay. Leave this.
No, but
How
like
many
since-
influencers do you know? You've been to a lot of events
Meets
in
and-
Nykaa, Meet,
yeah.
Greet, L'Oreal, and all of them. How many influencers do you meet?
A lot of them, but like you see a lot of influencers and creators, but you of course don't talk to everyone. Not because you don't want to, but because you don't know them.
So, in a pool of so many influencers, let's say it's a red ocean. How do you stand out?
I mean, it's very easy to stand out. Also, it's very difficult at the same time. It's very easy because what I am thinking, I'm sure no one else is thinking. But if you're jumping onto a trend, then possibly you're a part of what everyone is doing. But if
Then you're
you're
probably
like,
just riding the wave.
Yeah.
Or something that is working.
like today, if I'm posting a content about one of my experiences or some particular piece of clothing that maybe Trisha also read and I also read, but my opinion on it could be completely different and hers could be completely different. So it's about how you be different there. But if you're also like, as I mentioned, if you're jumping onto a trend, then you should put your POV in that. Like, just don't jump into it because it's trending.
Like that's what will make her content unique compared
Unique
to
and
everyone who's making it.
So obviously, if you're not jumping into a trend, you're doing something
No, I'm
different.
saying even if you're jumping into a trend. No. Like let's say that you take anything that became viral and she's doing it. She's adding her own element to it, which is added to it. Varna, so yeah, everyone is doing the trend, which is why it is Varna.
So, I mean, I won't say it's bad, but like one of the points about Instagram is also as a consumer that I am, if something is trending, it's psychological that if you listen to an audio once, you will want to listen to it again until you're tired of it. So you do end up watching trends as like more than anything else, but if you add your twist to it, it's always better.
Have you had any content that has gone viral?
Yeah.
Like what was the rate? What was the content?
Some background.
Honestly, I
टिप्पणी में बोलना था उसका background.
Surprisingly, a lot of one of my recent viral reels, not recent viral reels, but like a while ago was about mid-size fashion only. And before that, everything that's been viral, when you talk about a video being viral, has to be very massy also at the same time, is something you need to understand. So something that's extremely relatable, like something BTS or some comedy thing that's happening, or something with your friends that maybe, you know, a million people can relate to, is something that would go viral.
Nobody laughed when she said Masi.
Yeah! I also.
She was
Content needs to be Masi.
completing a sentence. So
Yeah,
you
we
were
know that's what we
controlling
did.
it. Exactly, you were
I
controlling it.
controlled so much I looked at the camera.
Yeah, even I looked at the camera.
Shut up, man.
Okay. So we were talking about viral content. the content that is your favorite, has it gone viral?
No.
Not
No.
really.
Why is that? Why?
No,
It hasn't gone viral.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, so
I wouldn't know,
yeah,
but
one bakra.
like I wouldn't go why it's, I wouldn't know why it's not gone viral. But it's of course always performed well. Like what I like has performed well, but it's not gone like crazy viral. Maybe again because not a lot of people could relate to it, and that is understandable, but sad also at the same time.
I am a layman in, the insides of a reel or
नहीं
the
आता है,
virality
continue.
of a reel. But when I say viral, I mean content like वो Julie.
हाँ,
This
हाँ,
is
हाँ,
Masi. This is
yeah.
Masi.
That's
But
Masi.
what I understand from your Instagram account is that you don't create content
Like that.
of that sort. You do all those shopping hauls.
That's what she
And
is.
you
She's a
want to
fashion
go back.
influencer.
But bro, that's
Why
different
would
type
fashion
of that's a different
influencers
type of a
dance?
trend.
How
That
does
is
your
probably not catering to you as an audience.
I understood, but how does her reel go viral? How does your reel go viral? Well, I don't think
wouldn't
your
know
people.
yet. It's about what consumers are liking. Like today, something I absolutely love and I think would go viral doesn't.
So viral in the sense, what do consumers do? They just
So are you talking about?
they repost, they put your content on story. I don't think they do, right?
How will you know?
How will you know exactly?
How will you know?
So this
How many of my
podcast,
followers do you follow?
this podcast is us talking to her.
Which I
explain it.
Which is good, but in
बोलना
Hindi.
क्यों मांगती थी? मैं समझना क्यों नहीं थी? तू बोलना क्यों मांगती
Language.
थी?
Our viewers don't know what Gujarati.
तू कहना क्या चाहता है?
I mean, what I'm
to
saying
understand.
is, अभी वो viral, the content that
Then
is
what
massive.
is viral
when
for
you
you?
say.
Okay, explain
exactly,
to me
that
what
is
is
what I'm
viral
saying.
for you.
For me, viral is everyone doing
That's
that
like
trend.
trend.
Follow
Ah,
that
so
trend.
that is called
That is
trend.
trend
Viral is
following.
it reaching a lot of people and it becoming a trend is everyone doing it.
Ari, there are
So
10
that is
different trends that are
virality,
good.
right?
So that's what, right? There are 10 different trends. Like what is going to come on your and my Instagram, very realistically speaking, is ganda Indian male Hindi content.
That's true.
No,
After-
any way you put it.
after-
Any way you put it.
after-
But what girls will get like completely different
I mean today
feed. Completely different feed.
Oh, so your content starts showing up on feeds more.
Yeah, like we
It has nothing to do with
What is
people
it?
posting it or not, but it just shows
Yeah,
up.
it just shows
like what you are
you.
talking about is trends. Now the dance that you did
Oh.
right now, that is a trend.
So,
Ha ha.
That is a trend. That's not viral video. It's not a viral video.
it went viral, right?
But so many videos went viral.
You remember
Of that trend.
you remember Harlem Shake from YouTube? To the Harlem Standard. Okay, you
No,
go.
we-
Okay, you know,
Your content.
The okay, no, okay, fine. You remember अभी जो चल रहा था the यार वो चलती फिरती वाला यार.
I don't
See,
spend
that's
a lot of time on reels, guys.
No, my point is that's a different trend. What's
but
catering
we
to
didn't
you?
understand what trend you're talking about.
I know that regardless, my point is what's a trend that's going to come on his feed is not what's consistent to everyone.
Yeah,
There is
like
not just one trend at one
Instagram is
time.
or tailor made for every users.
Like I will get football memes which is probably trendy in the moment. You will probably get something gym related. She will get clothing related.
Correct.
So her
Yeah.
content which is
Very
going viral
unlimited.
is going also
I
to
get
that
how you-
type of an audience.
So what has been your proudest moment as an influencer? सोचना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, I mean there are a few, but like my first ever proudest moment was it had been 6 months since I started creating content and I had no idea where this is going. I had like 15 to 20,000 followers back then, and I had someone from Vogue reach out to me. And honestly, like during the first call, I thought it's a scam. So I never got it. Why would they call me to begin with? So I never got back to them for a week, and then the head stylist called me. She's like, "We've not heard back from you," and that's when shit got real because I knew her. I knew her through social media. Like I knew who she was. and that was like a major pinch me moment for me. I shot for like 5 of the best designers in India during that campaign with Vogue, and yeah, it still like feels surreal.
Okay, I have a question. So, have you worked with Vogue more than once?
No.
Or any brand, like, have you worked more than once?
Yeah.
Okay, so where I was going there is, what was the difference in treatment that you received when, since now you're a much larger creator than you were when you were obviously starting out? So was there a difference in the way you were
So
treated?
so honestly, when you talk about brands treating you, they don't treat you differently, but it's just their turnaround time that differs. When you're someone who's just started out, they don't know a lot about you. They don't know on what priority list do you stand, like do you come on. So of course they take a little time to turn around, but the kind of respect and everything stays intact. So yeah, like the more people you have and the more time you've been in the business, it's just that you build more credibility and more relations for smoother execution of like campaigns or anything in general.
So following up on that, so what has been the difference, if you've noticed any, between how a big brand that you worked with is dealing with you compared to a very, like a proper startup?
So the only difference that you see is when it's a bigger brand, they have a very structured team and a proper structural way to go ahead with the campaign execution. But when it's a startup, it's possibly just one person doing everything. There are no proper contracts in place. So possibilities of misunderstandings increase. But at the same time, it's also understandable that they are learning. So you, as creators also today, we understand that when we are working with startups, our approach or our entire deliverables, everything, we are the ones who
you're
standardize everything so that to avoid any kind of mishap.
Fair enough.
Do you like working for big brands or do you like working for small brands?
So very, I don't think there's a right answer to this question. to be
What are
very
your
honest.
personal preferences? Would you prefer working with the organized team or would you like to work with a smaller team?
I love working with homegrown labels, to be very honest. If you've seen, I will send you my reels. I work with a lot of, to improve your algo. But I
don't
work
want
that. But yeah, I work with a lot of homegrown labels, and it's an absolute pleasure to work with them because you see so much new happening in and around in this industry all the time that it's really insightful. So while structural brands are good and they're very known of, but if you look at content creation and consumption and any perspective, trying something new is always more fun.
So, but now we've heard of this big, glamorous, very successful influencer. I think we should take a direction where we understand where your roots were. Like, what was life like before you were a proper influencer and in a place where you're sitting with us here and recording this.
So if you, we were just having a normal chat before this, before we started rolling the camera also. The fact that
Rolling the camera.
Masi. This is audience and like real.
that I am very like I speak in Gujarati most of the time and
Yeah.
and I am not like, there are two sides of me and both of them are equally me. So like there's nothing like that, like nothing glamorous or anything. It is a part of me, but at the same time I'm very gujju and very like.
That's true.
Same, I think all,
Yeah.
I think all of us. All
We
of
can
us.
agree to that.
I think this podcast would have been better if
I
it
give
was
you
Gujarati.
This
Yeah,
is
I
Dokla.
Chalo,
I'll give you one instance. So, this happened to me twice. I was at Irla Market in Villaparle. If you all have
Do
been.
influencers shop at Irla?
I don't go to Irla.
Hill Road.
I grew
No,
up
I've
in
heard
Villaparle.
that.
Road.
No, I went to Alpha. Yeah.
Alpha.
Wait, that's
Everybody
still
in Bombay
alpha.
is
Everyone.
Everyone.
Then that's not Irla market, that's alpha.
So I was going to Alpha,
Hmm.
and if I am not shooting or if I'm not in the mood to dress up, then I'm absolutely like homeless. So I was there and someone must have seen me, someone was following me, must have seen me and I got a DM, saw you at Irla today, couldn't recognize you. I was like, shit. After this, if I ever have to step out, do I have to dress up? So, and I decided no, I mean, this is also a part of me and it has to, people need to know that. And this happened to me again. I was going somewhere, we had a shoot at 1 o'clock and I am a control freak. So I went to get a printout in my night dress. I left and I went to get a printout. And I live very close to like colleges, like Metiba and colleges. So kids must have left. So 3 girls met me right in, like they just walked to me and I was like stunned because my hair is tied in a bun right here on top. I am wearing my night dress and I've gone to get a Xerox and I was like, they would have expectations versus reality. But yeah, this is also a part of me.
But why did you say that you're a control?
No, man,
Actually,
actually,
you just want to
Then she
mention
went to
this
the
that,
stationery herself and didn't
Yeah.
send one of her team people, like you know,
No,
like
no.
5,000-6,000 people she has. One person.
no, I
5,000.
3. But yeah.
But no, so today you've become a very successful influencer and you've created your own niche. How does it feel to be a part of the first Leo podcast? The first the Catalyst Cake
Yes.
podcast.
First member.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Very grateful
Do
actually.
you think that you've reached
That
the
was
peak?
answer.
Yes, I have finally. And I actually also wanted to do a podcast. Podcast is a very long time. Because I love listening to podcasts, so like finally.
So
Yeah.
will you listen to this?
Of course. I mean, maybe not. I don't
No, because people
know.
don't like listening to their own voices.
Voice.
I hate listening to
So
myself.
okay, so wait. So in your reels, I'm assuming in general you must have a lot of them where your own voice is there.
Now
So
I've
do
gotten
you get
used to
icky?
it. Now the thing is, no, when the edits come in and I'm approving it, I watch it a minimum of 10 times. And then again when it's on Instagram, watch it a 10 times. So I get used to it. But like this is so like unscripted, so organic, maybe not. I won't watch it.
I don't think even I
Why?
Even I'm not going to.
I'll
Then
watch
why
it.
will anyone watch? We all have to watch it.
I'll watch it.
Finally,
I'll watch it
together.
10
Watch
times.
it.
What if this is
Watch
the
it.
start to being
To
break?
increase the views,
Oh,
we
yeah.
have to.
She watches her own content 10
What
times.
if you were called Dharam Rogan then?
Doro.
Okay, so how many times do you create content
How many times?
in a week? How many days do you work and how many hours in a day that you work?
I work every single day, Monday to Sunday. Not exaggerating at all. But timings are all depending on like how the workload is and how many times in a week do I shoot. There is again no fixed data, fixed schedule to it. For example, there are weeks that we have to shoot every single day. So that since the last 6 days I've been shooting every single day.
Oh,
2 videos in a day because now we're sorted until 15 days. Like for the next 15 days I might have to shoot only once or twice.
a day.
No.
Only once or twice.
Oh,
In
so
the
the
next
next
For the
15
15
days.
15 days.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's about how you're scheduling your content and how you're scheduling your shoots.
So what keeps you motivated in shooting every day and
I honestly get very bored. That's why I plan. I can't shoot every day. I really cannot shoot every day. The fact that you have to, the fact that you have to get dressed every single day for something new, rather than I like shooting organic content on a daily basis. But if you ask me to shoot like scripted content on a daily basis, I really can't. I get damn bored. So
I think
what
this
motivates me is
every
that.
day. Please.
Huh?
Then continue.
काय सारं सवाल मत दिया.
अरे मला question नको माया मा. What?
My next question
What's
was
your go-to mantra or quote that keeps
No, no, my next question
You
was-
shoot every day. आधे add करू.
My next question was masala only.
What was it?
Which masala?
Listen now. So you said that you had two interesting experiences where once you were dressed homelessly and someone messaged you that they didn't recognize you. Have you
They
had-
recognize you but they didn't.
Yeah. So have you had any awkward fan interaction where like it was just weird?
I don't remember.
Okay, so
I don't remember.
Was it that awkward?
yeah, was it that bad?
I don't remember. I met one of my like someone from the community in Goa in a posh room.
Your boss.
Yeah. So that was a little awkward because I was also a little drunk.
So the direction I wanted to go in was more personal life based since I know Niyati. For those who don't know, that's my younger sister. We were in the same batch in Mitibai till 12th. After that, I'm not sure. So
But you're not
You're not sure about what?
You're
I'm
not
not. No.
in the same
After that,
batch.
I'm not sure what she did afterwards because like we weren't in touch that much. In 12th, I sometimes
I think
sent
that
for her.
wants to know what she did after 12.
No, I know what she did.
Then
just
what
said
are you
you're not
not sure
sure.
about?
Like in the sense, like yeah, you grow apart, yeah. Like our only relation in
You
college was
just said that
At least
you
so
grew
I was
apart.
going with it, but now you know went deep into it. She's cooking now. She's a chef, right?
She's a pastry chef.
Yes,
PhD chef.
I'm sure she can cook other things also. So anyway, what I wanted to ask was, how was it like growing up?
No wait, is it?
I don't know, yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I thought something will come up. It didn't.
What
He
did
was
you ask?
talking about my sister and she's like,
So that's the
no.
only link that I have. It's the only link I have. I
And
didn't
you
know
were
what
talking
to
about her sister. Now you're telling her how was
So,
it
okay,
growing
now-
up?
wasn't
okay,
growing
fine.
up with
Okay, the
her.
new question. Yeah. What is it like growing up with a
I have
with
a
a
fun
sibling?
question.
I don't have a fun
Okay, so Vikram, what is it like growing up?
I have a fun question.
Nahin.
If you're a pastry chef, if you're a pastry chef, are you cooking or are you baking?
You're baking.
You're
And
baking.
you're cooking. Both.
That was your question. I thought deep answer.
No, but really.
Yeah, you're
You're
baking.
baking most of the
Pastry
things.
is baked.
Baking.
What are you cooking then?
So,
Non-baked
one
goods.
second. If you're making.
What are non-baked goods?
Maggi.
that are-
No,
Hey,
baby.
Baba.
As a bake,
As a chef,
pastries chef.
As a chef, as a pastry chef, also, for example, if you're making a mushroom truffle puff, who you cook the
oh, yeah,
mushroom
pastries
truffle.
Right.
are those puffs and all also.
Yeah.
Pastries-
I mean, it's breads also. It's breads also. It's pastry.
All baked goods fall under this
Petticoats and
category.
everything. It's
But
from
not
bars.
all cooked.
No, Baba, baking is a process of cooking only.
Yeah.
You're putting something
Yeah.
raw,
Oh, yeah,
you're getting
makes sense.
something cooked back.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
I also answered that so incorrect. I don't ask
Thing
you
is,
questions.
you know, you were screwed when you said truffle mushroom puff. You didn't see his face. I was so confused. That was such a high quality item that you said. He was expecting
never thought of
expecting
that.
cupcake.
I would have said paneer roll.
Paneer puff.
I heard that
No,
masala
no,
puff.
bun में you put the paneer का वो filling.
It's
बीच से
okay.
कट करके ऐसा फिल करके उसको बेक करते हैं.
छोड़
The
दिया.
one you had made once.
So what is
No,
it
no,
like
done.
growing
Paneer
up
roll,
with a sibling?
Manchurian roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay, off topic.
off topic.
So
But
So do you like a paneer roll personally?
or do you like a paneer
Chili roll.
Chili
I
marinated
like a
paneer
truffle mushroom
truffle.
puff.
That he doesn't know what it's like. We need to speak in
Nyan's language.
Gujarati language.
Gujarati language. We just call it Gujarati. We don't call it Gujarati language.
Please.
Thank you,
The
Abha.
question was posed for.
I like paneer puff.
I did not ask that. I did not ask that.
So were you also in Mitiba?
No, I was in India.
She was a small
It's like that one.
Paneer.
It's like that one building.
Very big.
That one building has 500 colleges in it.
I was in NMIMS. I was
See?
still in Mithiba.
Ah.
Same.
My
No,
follow-up
but I was in a
question was.
different building altogether.
It's
I was in a different building. I was not in Midway building.
My point is,
NM has a different
NM
building
had a
altogether.
different building.
वो जो बाहर जो bakery है वो
It's
same है.
NM had a different building. Now I think.
हाँ, उधर का पनीर puff I liked.
उधर का पनीर puff banned, bro.
Maggie also was pretty good.
Maggie, yes. Even pasta was nice.
And
Yeah.
if you pay 10 rupees extra, you can get double masala, which was
Yes.
the good one.
For the Maggie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was busy eating paneer puff.
You missed out on. You didn't have Maggie from
No,
there?
I did not.
Are you
What?
so, okay, so in my time at
I
least,
go back to college.
I love बाहर का बड़ा पाव and Frank.
Anand का vada pav was always good.
It's
Dosa.
कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया.
डोसा बड़ा धीरज का डोसा.
अरे नंदू
No,
dosa was the
Anand-
best. It's near Ubalwara.
Hmm.
Anand dosa. Any day.
No, इसका धीरज का
Bajaj
चटनी
road
पाउडर.
dosa.
चटनी
हाँ,
पाउडर.
chutney powder was
Bro,
good.
good. Man.
No. Okay. How is it to grow with a sibling? Because I don't have a sibling, so I don't know. I always wanted a sibling. But what are like the advantages and disadvantages of growing up with a sibling?
So growing up with a sibling initially when you're young it's very difficult because you yourself are not mature enough to understand the support that you bring with. Initially you just feel like gosh she's not because she's my younger sibling. So I just feel like gosh she's not understanding anything and we used to fight all the time which we do still. But now it just feels like you have like a part of your family is just your age and she understands everything. Like she really understands everything. So it's a blessing to have a sibling, to be very honest.
I never wanted a sibling.
I always wanted a sibling.
You still don't, like you still don't feel like
Bro, ठीक है.
But
But
can't see
more
behind
at
the
the same
camera.
time, wait, but we can't tell how. I don't know how I would behave as a child with the concept of sharing, which will be very easy for her because she's already
Yeah,
sharing
okay,
9 out of 10
yeah.
things.
yeah.
I grew up okay only.
Arey, you don't know that.
You don't
No, I-
You don't know who are you sharing with.
No, I'm
You weren't
sure.
sharing with your dad, your toys.
No,
what
I
you
think.
were.
So
Exactly.
coming from an Indian family, I've always had my cousins.
Hey, that
My
doesn't
family-
count.
That
You're
is
seeing the
that
right
even I
person.
have.
My
Date
entire
to
family,
family.
my entire family was very social in terms
But
of
every day-
life,
Day to
in terms
day.
of building.
Like even
Day to
clothes.
day also, I always met somebody else who was my age and I had to share. I think-
Which cousin of yours was regularly wearing your clothes?
Yeah.
Arey, it's not
Not even regularly, almost on a daily basis.
You go to school.
Okay.
So you have to share.
You-
in
Yeah,
school. I
it's
was
very
okay with
different,
it.
but
You
also at
have
the
your-
same time, it is when you have a sibling, you grow up with them 24/7.
Okay, did you have a room while growing up as a
No.
child? Okay, but now you do?
Yeah.
How much do you think you would struggle? Imagine you just had half of that availability when it comes to space.
I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
Honestly,
used
I
to-
feel like if space is something you understand now as a child.
Exactly, right? It
Doesn't
would be a
matter.
pain.
21 years of my life, I slept on the sofa. So space.
Deserved, bro. No, but like even if you go a little deeper with it, like growing up, you had all of the attention that your parents had to give. With people who have
Yeah.
siblings, it's split.
Yeah, obviously.
Like she will probably feel like after her younger sister was born, her parents were like that's what most I think older siblings feel like because that's what my mom has told me. And I like
That's
did you feel
sad.
that way while growing up? Okay.
People equal amount.
But
No, honestly, if you ask me for the type of a person I am, even when I was a child, I never felt like my sibling is getting more attention or who's getting more attention. I am a lot to do with are they listening to me? Yes or no? If they're not listening to me, then I'll have a complaint. If they're listening to someone else at the same time, I'm fine. Still, even today, like I am
Niyati
not
is
like.
not a factor only. It's just
No, she is like the biggest part of my family to me. So I don't have any kind of insecurities, irrespective. Even when I was growing up, only the fact that you fight with your sibling way too much, that is annoying after one point. But that's it.
like if you don't mind me asking, what's the age gap between the two of you?
4 years.
4 years. So I think for like a good chunk, you must have been like a very like just hands-on taking care of her about subjects that
Yeah.
she can't go to your parents for.
Yeah, of course. I mean that age between 9th grade to 11th
Exactly.
grade or something. Yeah, of course. But post that, I think maturity for our generation kicks in way sooner. So we've been fine after that. But those 2-3 years have been difficult, of course.
So Trisha has been a single child, and I know for a fact that she is super pampered. Do you think you were that way, or do you think you were grown more independently?
I think I've grown up way more independently.
Do you
I
think you
am
were
very
pampered?
I
I don't
was,
know how you have.
I was very pampered. Like, there was a very bad phase where there was a phone, I think I was in school, it was called the Samsung Corby.
Yeah.
उसमें
Everyone
10
had a Corby.
उसमें 10 कलर आता था.
Yeah.
हाँ.
And then I think
Mom
like
had a phone.
a few months later, there was the Samsung Corby Pro. जो ऐसे if you slide it, there's a keypad.
Yeah.
I
And
had
there was a
both.
diamond.
You had both.
Yeah.
Yeah, bling, bling,
My-
bling.
my
Yeah,
dad-
that
I was
also.
that
I love
pampered.
it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Prashant and I were at your engagement. It's been, I think, a month since you got engaged. Oh, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks since you
Month.
were engaged. What is different in those 2 weeks?
Honestly, nothing. Because we.
The bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh, you
got that
yeah.
made.
So except for this bracelet and this ring, nothing is different except for the fact that now there are a lot more places to be in terms of family outings and all of that. And except that Rishit
Double.
and I've been dating like before that, so it's a lot similar to that.
Did
Not-
you all start visiting each other's family, or was it a surprise thing?
As in?
Did your parents know about Rishit and did Rishit?
No, yeah. Our
Yeah.
parents knew about each other. And even before we actually started dating, we were best friends for 9 years. So everyone knew about us.
So he beat the friends.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's true.
Yeah, after 9 years.
So how does it feel like, first dating your best friend and then getting engaged to your best friend? How does it feel?
It feels very. I mean, a lot of time when I think about it, I just feel like it's really not happened yet. Like, a lot of times when I'm sitting, I just think about how we used to be friends and where we have come is a very, very long journey. So, yeah, it feels really nice.
So how did you all start dating?
So they were best friends for 9 years.
Yeah.
Probably
I know
something
the
happened
story.
in between.
I know the story.
I don't.
It
Actually,
just
so
happened.
I'm the only one who can.
How did it just
How did you all
happen?
start
It
dating?
just happened.
How did it?
Great.
It just, I mean, yeah.
So was
So
it
were there vibes like 7 years ago?
Huh?
Were there thoda vibes?
No, there were no vibes. 1.5 year, until 1.5 year ago.
So what changed about the pressure? And you're like, oh,
Did you get super drunk?
and
Just because you know the story, you can't drop it. Yeah, he got super drunk one night and he just called me and he said he has feelings for me. But that's about it. The story cannot continue further than this. Chup rahe Jani.
Is there any brand or individual in particular who you would like to work with?
Not a specific. I mean,
Bad
it
answer.
won't be right to just say one brand. But like in a nutshell, I would love to represent like this category internationally, and it includes a lot of brands. So, yeah.
but if you were to pick a different, no, I'm not saying that. A different category of advertisements. Like, see, right now you're doing more fashion. If you could pick another, like, there's watches or like, there's cars, etc. If you could pick one.
fashion, I mean watches and accessories and
Still
everything
the
comes.
same cloud.
Yeah, it comes in the same umbrella. And but
Umbrella.
Not
Bro, I was gonna say bubble, I don't know why I said cloud. Bro, same vibes.
but yeah, I mean if I had to change anything a little bit also, then it might be travel.
You know what? This question I'll open to everyone. If you could be in an ad, what ad would you want to be?
I want.
I think
No, this can be goofy, like.
Yes. No, I have a good answer.
Oh,
I think I would like to be in a Nike's ad because they're motivational and at the same time they're fun and they keep on doing something new.
Yeah. Or Red Bull.
Or Red Bull. Red Bull,
Gives you
no.
Okay, what ad?
Most of Red Bull's ad are those cartoon characters.
No.
Yeah.
So I think Shah would be a part of that.
Excuse me.
No, a Red Bull ad, not ads. Like if you see their content on social media.
I met the
No, but the cool ad was always one stick figure जिसको wings आते हैं उड़ जाता है. वो सिर्फ लिया out.
That's true.
Yeah, the two ad.
Okay, so what ad do you want to be a part of? Okay.
I think he would pick
Are you
What would I
Trisha?
pick? You say what would I pick?
a luxury fashion
That's
brand.
true. Yes, I would want to be a part of a
I
luxury.
think
Which
Louis
brand?
Vuitton or else
Chanel.
Gucci, Chanel.
But we weren't talking about ads, were we? were talking about content, na?
No,
Yeah.
Acha, ads.
What
Pay
ad
attention to your own podcast.
No, I did ask her about a category. She said travel.
So,
But,
yeah,
but
we
like
should
now
be.
he's not there in any category, so brand would be inclusive enough.
huh.
What about you?
Thanks. So
You had something ready.
yeah, bro, I want to be in a watch brand because 9 out of 10 times if you're a dude in like a luxury watch brand, they'll make you James Bond. Like 9 out of
What ad are you referring to?
like if you take like did you see the new AP card?
No.
Okay, so it's basically a very cool guy. Like nice
AP
big
does like,
ads. Yeah, even I didn't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I
On
saw it.
social media,
No,
or
I saw this
proper
on
TV
YouTube.
ad?
No, I saw this on YouTube, so I don't know where, like on what social media it was, but I saw it on YouTube.
But was it from their official?
Yeah. It was like a
Why
1
have
minute
I
thing.
never seen an AP
Even I have
ad?
not seen.
No, I saw like a 1 minute thing, and it was like this really like basically a Johnny Depp kind of guy, and he gets off from this like black color ka Porsche, like he's wearing a 3-piece suit,
Even I
and
would
he
have
just
used
does
that.
itna, और क्या लगता है, like so cool, like so cool.
Even I want to be a part of this.
Yeah, I want to be a part of that ad, bro.
Will you give us a watch?
I think
No.
Yes.
You
What
need to
do you
become-
will?
They don't.
You need to become friends with Anand Ambani and attend the wedding, and then
Yes.
you get a watch.
You have
Yes,
to be good friends with him.
correct.
Yeah, like close enough that you're invited to engagements, and not just make creatives. Okay, bro, उसका ध्यान ही नहीं है.
अरे तो पॉडकास्ट में ध्यान देना.
अरे यार, I thought. Fourth one.
Unnecessary comment.
Out of the box thing.
Out of the box thinking. Hey, Trisha, you struggled with the
Please
same
stay in the
question,
box.
okay? Okay, no, but like since we are closing this, since like first of all, like big thanks for coming to this podcast and frankly improving it from what setup we had initially. But you, at the end of the day, you've come to a Leo podcast, and of course you're aware that our age group is 18 to 30, where most of our members lie in the student category. So what is one message you would like to depart and pass on to them? Because I'm sure there must be so many people wanting to become influencers, probably don't have the confidence also to do it.
So, the only message I would like to give to anybody who is looking at creating content or getting into this business is just that if you really want to do it, go for it. It might take a little time, but if you're consistent and if you have a voice of your own, then sky is the limit.
So bad.
So
She said so. Why do you believe her? So what's a common misconception about being an influencer that you would like to debunk?
A very common misconception is that everything in our life is very glamorous and this is how we look on a normal basis. We really don't.
I've seen you. You don't.
Not cool.
Yeah. Hello. But yeah, it's what we look like on camera is also a part of our personality, but at the same time, we're just like normal human beings.
Fair enough.
And also our life is not all joy and fun. Like what goes behind is real stress that maybe a lot of people don't even know about. Like if you're doing a normal a corporate job, you might be working Monday to Friday or a Saturday. I am working when I'm on trips also. We've been to trips together and I would spare 4 hours in the afternoon, the best sunlight time to only shoot. It's that.
Oh, also, follow-up question. So what does the future look like to you? When I say, I mean when you're 45, 50, older,
Hmm.
do you think you would still be creating content? Like, I know it's a very, like, what if question, but still.
It really depends on how the social media, like old demographics, is forming, shaping. It really depends on that. But if you really ask me, then the content that I create today, maybe not, but it will be some kind of content because my content is a reflection of who I am. So it will change and evolve with time, but also at the same time, I would love to be an entrepreneur or a fashion brand owner also someday. So I would be creating content alongside that.
Because I'm sure you would, like, since you're growing so much, you will still have a fan base with time, right? Like, I know for a fact.
Even their age would increase.
Yeah, but exactly, right? No,
Yeah,
but
like
after
the
one
audience
point.
keeps changing.
No, but it's not just that. After one point, regardless of the content, once you're connected with the person, regardless of the content you'll watch. Like, there are quite a few YouTubers I used to watch when I was like FIFA content only pehle ka, from FIFA 12, FIFA 13, now they don't even play the game, but I still watch.
Yeah, I mean
Because
that's
you grow
what,
up with it.
because you know them, like you feel like you're connected to them and you know them, so that's why. So yeah, I mean, why not?
I'm game, bro.
Look at him. Not interested in a conversation anymore.
He's thinking what he would do when he's 50 years old. Like, I want to be an uncle.
You
Like,
want to be
a proper uncle.
Good
Like,
job.
good job, guys.
No, like big grumpy also.
Yo.
No, like कोई like no, like there is a kid in, like your nephew types. कितने marks आए? Like क्यों तो?
क्यों करना है
Bro,
ऐसे?
man.
Bro, of course.
पान खाएंगे every Sunday
Don't you dare.
after
Cruel.
हम फिर रेडी फाफड़ा वो खा के ऐसा बिल्डिंग वालों के साथ चल के पान खाने के लिए
हाँ, like
जाएंगे।
just speak ill about everyone.
हाँ, and just talk about
परिवार वाले आए थे.
yeah.
That you anyway do right now also.
And
after-
nobody has
has-
typical
Yeah,
conversation.
like typical.
Mad stereo.
Like, I want to be such a boring uncle ना.
प्रिया को
What is this
promotion कैसे
aspiration?
मिला?
I mean,
हाँ, like
वैसी
वैसे
बात.
discussing के how did ex nephew find this? Like वैसा.
What the
हाँ. Well, so here we come to the end of this podcast. Thank you so much, Aayushi, for joining us today. It was wonderful
Right.
hearing. It was wonderful hearing about your journey and what you plan to do in the future. I hope it was an inspirational session for all of our audience, and I'm sure that Dharam and Tusha, along with me, enjoyed the podcast a lot.
Yes.
thank you so
Yes.
much for having.
This is Leoland Nihan Shah, the District President of Leo District 3231A3, along with the global leadership team of our district, that is Leoland Dharam Panchamya and Leo Tosha Kambaita. We thank you all for joining us here, and that is us signing off. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ab.